Hello, I'm Mr. Kruglinski. I'm your child's teacher. I teach chemistry and physical science. I do apologize, I'm not able to be at the school in person, but I wanted to make this YouTube video so you can hear from me and know about your child's teacher. This is a message for parents, but I encourage you to watch this with your child and talk about the class. Hopefully they have some good stories already. Hopefully they can tell you some things that they've learned, quite a bit that they've learned in the last few weeks. Anyway, I begin every class with a 5-minute lesson. It's a mini lecture, and I've prepared a 5-minute lesson for you, and here it is. Welcome to Chemistry and Physical Science with Mr. Kruglinski. This is a class dedicated to college and career readiness. I am in the business of getting young people ready for college and or their careers to help them make their dreams come true, and I take that job very seriously. I am working hard for your child. There are high expectations for student performance. I expect everyone to write well. I expect everyone to write professionally. You're not texting your teacher, you're writing professionally, and I expect good grammar, good spelling, and professional quality work. There are more rules than most other classes. Sometimes we do experiments in physical science. It could be with electricity or intense light or sound or mechanical things. But physical science also involves a lot of chemistry. So sometimes I have acids in the classroom, poisons, flames, a lot of glassware. So it is an environment where injuries can happen. But if we work together, if we have each other's backs, if students are educated in proper lab safety, then it is a safe classroom. And I am very proud of my safe record, and I intend to keep it. But that means I can be a little bit stricter than some teachers. There's a little bit more rules, and all of that is designed to keep students safe. It's designed to keep me safe too. Remember, students should be safe, report problems to a teacher. Students should be precise. Take the time to be accurate in your measurements and in your math. Write and record your observations. That's a very important skill, and you'll learn it now and you use it in college. And students should be responsible for the safety of everyone in the classroom. We are a no cell phone classroom, and now Dunwoody High School has become a no cell phone school. You're not supposed to have your cell phones on in the classroom. It's supposed to be put away, and that's very, very important. Just as cell phones are dangerous when you're driving because they're so very distracting, they are also very dangerous during a lab with chemicals or other dangerous objects. I like a classroom that looks like this. People that are smiling, people that are eager to learn, people that are paying attention. I like a positive learning environment. I do not like a classroom that looks like this. Cell phones can be very distracting, but they can also be very isolating. But that doesn't mean I'm against technology. I think that technology can be used in a collaborative method, and I do encourage that. We do have some days where cell phones are allowed, but that's a little bit rare. Generally, we're a no cell phone class. So I have a wish list, and now I'd like to read to you Mr. Kruglinski's wish list. Number one, I wish students would come to school with enough sleep. That is a big, big problem. And I don't mean enough sleep where they can stay awake. I mean enough sleep where they're alert, where they're able to perform logic. If you don't get enough sleep, it affects the memory. It can make you more klutzy. It can make you a more dangerous driver. It can make you more irritable. Sleep is absolutely essential to a positive learning environment and a good learning experience. I've seen students go from C students to A students just because they set themselves an earlier bedtime. It's a great, great strategy. And one of the big enemies to sleep are cell phones. I encourage parents to make a rule where cell phones are not allowed in the bedroom, that when your child's bedtime, when it's time for bedtime, that the cell phone be left in another room. I even do that. I don't go to bed with my cell phone in the bedroom. I leave it in the living room in a place where I can barely hear it. I wish that students have silent time at home to do homework. I've had students complain to me that it's very hard to concentrate, it's very hard to do homework. But homework is essential to success. When you do homework every day, you're also preparing good habits for college. And homework is best when it's done in silence. I know some students like to listen to music, but I actually discourage that. The mind should be dedicated 100% to solving the math problems, learning chemical equations, learning the physics equations we'll be learning in physical science. That's not something you can do while you're multitasking. It's best to be completely focused on your homework. Then, hey, get the cell phone out, listen to some music, that's fine, after homework is over. I wish that students value their education and believe it is important. So I encourage students to dream. I encourage parents, bring your child to a college or someplace where you think they'd enjoy working and get them to dream, and then have them connect that dream to preparation, to education. That just makes school more meaningful. Instead of homework being a chore, instead it's a gateway to making their dreams come true. Then school's kind of fun and kind of exciting. Even when it's a little bit boring, it's like, okay, I have to do this boring chore if I want my dreams to come true. It just really, really helps with student motivation. I wish that students have a desire to contribute to a positive learning community. I love random acts of kindness. I love smiles. I like it when students say nice things to me and to each other. I like it when students enjoy being in the class and value being there. And a lot of times, the parents can really contribute and help to creating that positive learning environment. I wish that students are metacognitive. Metacognition is about thinking about your thinking. It's about using your brain to understand how your brain works. So sometimes people study better in the morning, some people study better in the evening, sometimes they study better after exercise or a certain healthy meal. Sometimes students do worse when they eat junk food or something they're allergic to. And it's good to know how your body and mind works. So I ask students to be aware of that. And I also go over memory techniques in the classroom, ways to work out problems to kind of energize the mind and help it be at its best. And I think that's a wonderful thing to do for students, because that can benefit them in all their classes, and it can benefit them the rest of their life. And the last thing I wish for is a successful school year. I'd love to give everybody an A, but it's not a charity. You got to earn it. I do set a high bar, but I think that's a good thing. I think it's good to really challenge students to be their very best. And I love it when I see students, maybe they're not doing too much homework in August, but by October and November, they're very, very motivated, and I'm seeing them work harder and harder. That makes me feel really good. It makes me feel like I've made a difference in that child's life when something I've said has inspired that person to work harder and work smarter. And that's the end. I am looking forward to a great semester. I hope you are too. Feel free to email me anytime. I love to collaborate and partner with parents. Sometimes we can get a lot done together. That's it. If you have any questions, I hope you'll email me or schedule a meeting with me. Thank you very much, and good night.